don't necessarily have to throw a curveball, but T1 have just been one step behind the curve in both drafts. And in game number 2, I really thought they had a massive advantage, but they couldn't execute on it. And I think it's true that Cuz definitely did not make the same amount of impact that you need him to have. As Danny looks on, a lot of pressure on this guy all season long. He's changed all the rosters, he's very confident in the roster they've settled on here. But to go out 0-3, if they lose this game after only one prediction for Gen G by Nofe out of all analysts in Korea, would be insane. It would be absolutely crazy. As we will see, it looks like the priority on the Udyr once again. But they're blind picks that work well around the vision control that Udyr will give you. It's another poke composition for T1. They didn't have the Udyr in the previous set. They had the Nidalee, which is again not terrible at clearing wards, but not the same amount of power. And it feels like we're going to see a slightly different version, actually, of Game 2 here in Game 3. See the Scion pick come through once again for Gen G. And now T1 have the opportunity to kind of warp how this bottom lane is played in terms of the supports they can ban away for them. But the Samira is a big departure, actually, from T1. So what T1 is looking to do with this comp now is to poke everybody low and then Inferno trigger to clean everybody up. I mean, you can chip away and then have hard engage with the Rel. Samira comes through to clean things up. It's a pretty straightforward team composition here for T1, but it's really reliant on having that extra lead, having that extra vision that Udyr is going to need to have.
I want Gragas so bad. I mean, the Alistair works into Rel as yeah, Clit spots him.
He's up a level.
Yeah, this is really rough. Undertow actually misses as well.
He's dead.
There's no flash available. That's just going to be Cuz nicking First Blood away. Great positioning. And look at this. Cuz has a pretty invisible game in Game 2.
Yeah.
Turns it all around here as there's the Attract Repel on the bottom side. Ruler has to flash to get himself out of the way, and now Life in a bit of trouble. He has his flash available, but an explosive start to this one is now Rascal. This is a familiar situation as Cuz is going to get knocked up. He's underneath this turret. Canner is going to go down, so it's a trade in the end. And Rascal has teleport available here as well and will be able to tidy up this minion wave, so may not have to use it, we'll see.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that I'm talking about with the Udyr that's different from the Nidalee. You really have to get under the turret to make that play happen onto the Scion, but it ends up being proactive once again. He's almost doubled Clid's farm in this game because he was, he's just a faster clearing champion. Then gets the impact in the top lane twice. One onto Clid, and then of course one. You've got an advantage here. You have an edge. You have to use it.
Well, they want to use it so that they can actually get control over this Drake, as there's the flash forward, and Faker just gets baited by BDD. That's a solo kill, and they were trying to give Faker the money for this Rift Herald as well, as now Clid comes on forward. This could be even worse.
Oh, this is a disaster. I don't even think that this one's getting connected. It's not. They deny it, and you don't find the window to use the Rift Herald. You overextend. Faker gets baited by BDD, who once again is dominating the mid lane. And this is inexcusable. Gen G should not be able to walk away with this Ocean Drake here for free. We'll find out this Cloud in a second. Nope.
It's just a game of inches though,
yeah,
right?
It really is.
Hopefully Jonas Strong throws that on massive slow-mo so we can see exactly what happened. I won the 50-50 as well, as we get a relevant Drake.
Yep.
As our soul is now Rascal's looking for Cuz, slowing down an Udyr. Teleport coming on in, Life. Looking for the Pulverize, finds it there, gives Petty back to the rest of Gen G. Bladewell trying to get some value, and he's going to get stunned. Yep, gameplay for you, Mr. Teddy. Because now Carrier trying to get out of there, Cuz as well, just booping whoever he can. That Shock Blast was decent. Just don't know whether it's quite going to be enough here, because they've already lost Teddy, and that is their end of teamfight win condition, right?
Oh man, Gen G just slid under the door on this one. I mean, it was the last possible moment they could contest. They handled it so well.
Where's the Eye of the Herald? Who's got it?
Where is it in this game? And once again, BDD finds that window to get value. Doesn't even have to flash.
Ooh, bit greedy. Not actually going to press the Ragnarok button, as in comes the train, and everything misses until the train gets there, and more gameplay for you, T1. Cuz now going to get caught out of position as well, and Gen G. This is definitely a cold ball rolling down a hill right now, as there's the exhaust. Life just desperately wanted to give this kill over to Ruler and will do so comfortably. Canna trying to get what he can on the bottom side.
I mean, it's just not going to be the same. It's not going to be equivalent to value. They're going to get a ton of value here in mid as well. And this is, Atlas, quite frankly, the cold ball, of frozen rain droplets rolling down the hill. I mean, this game is starting to get out of control here. Gen G is still behind by 300 gold, but their execution of these skirmishes gives her if Dom1 won it, but T1 have to win now 3 games in a row in this best-of-5 to even get us there. And they are falling behind. They cannot even control Baron right now with this poke composition.
Yep, we'll see whether they can rein something in there. Of course, Cannon needs to be in position and Faker as well, but now the re-engage comes forward. We got a lot of buttons being pressed, and now maybe it's the opportunity for T1. The Clid goes golden right in the middle of it. You can see Ruler trying to do his best, but he's going to be taken down. The Baron helps him out. The Samira is dead, though, and now Gen G utilizing the more powerful wallets and just running at T1. That's a very short teleport. However, short. One that maybe Cuz not going to be able to. Yeah, you do get the extra movement speed from the teleport, but who was I kidding? It's Udyr. Once again, misjudging.
Even in the perfect team fight for T1 that you hope for, where you get the poke done, they already took damage from the Baron. They've been chipped down. You have the rail engage. Carrier comes through with a Magnet Storm, and even with the Magnet Storm, Teddy is not able to get that Inferno trigger cleanup. You don't get to see the amazing wipe. There's so much CC on the side of Gen G to interrupt him, and I believe it was actually Rascal with just a big, devastating smash that actually ends everything. Let's take a look at this fight once again. So look at the Gen G members. They're starting to get fairly low here. The Baron's being chipping. And look, you see the damage come through.
The was so good.
And Teddy comes in here after you see the Magnet Storm. But he's just not able to finish off any single member. He's just forever and ever stunned up here, and T1 don't have the damage to actually break through all the tankiness here. BDD free hitting, he's on the side here, has untouched in this team fight, sets up multiple stuns, and the turn is unreal. Gen G look to close this series out 3-0. It's not over yet, but they have a massive advantage.
Well, just enough mana to take the train. That's like when you're looking in your pocket and you've got some change and you're like, can I afford this train ticket? You know, as well as the Baron down to 2,000 health. Cuz is going to get stunned. Clid gets into the pit. Can he steal it away? The answer is no. He's just dead as T1 stop their damage. They take themselves to the Baron. Rascal flashes away. Very low health. Buzzes BDD. Faker is exploded. Faker takes control. And Gen G have to walk away from a lost fight.
That's a massive pick on a BDD as well. He got greedy. He was trying to get some Scare of the Week value and maybe even a trading kill there, but it's not going to happen. And for the first time in these last 2 games for T1, their poke composition wins a team fight. It's all about vision control here. You can see the chip damage come through. Clid's at half health before he has to Ragnarok in, because if he doesn't, he cannot actually close the distance to the Baron to look for the 50-50. So he's, of course, immediately targeted down. Rascal's forced to flash over the wall. Look at where BDD goes. He actually does get slept before he hits the Scare of the Week, but Faker knew exactly where he was going. And the ultimate that comes back is not enough to kill him. You can see he can almost one-shot Faker at this stage in the game, but that was well played by to take it. Like, yeah, and guess what? He has teleport too, so you're going to lose the Drake as well.
Oh
Gen
no,
G,
this is on Vision.
Gen G!
They can stop this whenever they want. Bubble is just going to connect, and Rascal gets the bad news. Teleport out from Canna. Hasn't quite taken the inhibitor just yet, as that's the decimating smash. This is a big zoom out now, as you can see Clid trying to get away from Canna. The flash not quite enough. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, Faker is taken down by BDD, who's now desperately trying to get out of the way. Carrier goes golden, and Teddy gets stunned. Oh no, the Scat of the Week is a disaster, and now Ruler is bouncing over the fight. It's a triple kill so far, and Gen G lost no one.
BDD just won the game for Gen G. He's able to stun Teddy before he can use his Inferno trigger. Just as he hits his S rank, he's not able to pull it off, and he gets the kill onto Faker. At this stage in the game, you can one-shot a Zoe. BDD once again comes up big. A player we haven't talked about. You talk about the 4 kings of the LCK, and BDD has been one of the quiet ones this season, but he comes back big in this series, Atlas, and I think he might have just put them into the grand finals.
This is extraordinary. Gen G now pushing on the Nexus turrets. Canna, the only man that can save it. Carrier up in a couple of seconds. Teddy in 5. Nexus turret number 1 goes down. Carrier desperately trying to be the hero, but the Nexus is exposed, and T1 have been 3-0'd by Gen G.
Unbelievable turn of events here. Only one Korean analyst predicted Gen G to go to the grand finals, but they stomp and destroy T1 in 3 very dominant games in 3 completely different playstyles. Games 1 and 2, slow tempo-based play to aggressive, and in Game 3 we play the more aggressive version of the Game 2 composition. T1 get ahead, but make a few small execution mistakes, and BDD is there to scoop it up once again. The compositions we saw from T1 tonight were so hard to execute. They put everything on the line in this series. They went down 0-2, but had no fear. They put Teddy on his 2nd career game of Samira with a poke composition.